Hello everyone, is everything visible? Is it audible for you? People, are you able to see me? Welcome back to yet another day of pre-exam marathon. Last three attempts we are doing it and we are continuing the ritual, people. Hello baby son, hello Divya, hello Kaushal, Kausef, then Kavya, everyone. I hope that everyone is well prepared for tomorrow's examination. But before starting off, people, I want to tell something. Right now you have around like how many hours left? Around 12-14 hours left for your examination. Now what I want you to do is trust in whatever you have studied till now, and I am telling you now, whatever you have studied till now will be there for examination. The only problem will be finding what is there, what is not there, and always remember to know that what are you finding with respect to the question, what all things are given with respect to the question, what all things or formulas you know with respect to the question. These are the important things, people. Always remember that when you see the question paper, always take a deep breath. Make sure that your calculator is working. If you are having that heartbeat, then heartbeat is there. Take 2 deep breaths and then start the exam. Don't panic too much and all. You will forget things. Don't do that. So people, welcome back to yet another theory marathon. We will be revising the entire theory portions using PYQs, people. First one, Jan 2021. A variable with qualitative characteristics is known as what? Qualitative means what? Attribute. Okay, remember that. Hello everyone, where are you guys from? Please comment. Where are you from? Don't write Mars, Saturn and all. Yes. The accuracy and consistency of a data can be verified using what? Scrutiny. For example, when you give your answer sheet to correct, okay, you are giving your answer sheet to correct, you got some mark, but you are telling, oh, the answer sheet or the examiner didn't correct it properly, so you can give it for what? Scrutiny of the answer sheet. Similarly, scrutiny is the answer. The left part of the table providing the description of the row, one of the most repeated question from statistics, that is the left part of the row describing the left part of the table describing the row is called as what? Stub. The topmost part everyone knows, right? What is the topmost part? Please comment regarding that. Yes. Next one, mode can be obtained using what? Histogram, people. So mode is obtained using what? Histogram. Then median is obtained using what? Ogive. Then partition is also obtained using what? Partition is partitions. What are partitions? Quartile is there, decile is there, then percentile is there. That can also be found using what? Ogives. That is very, very important. Then people, most of the commonly used distributions are what? Bell-shaped. The same question was there in the recent attempt, that is the September 2025 attempt. Hello chapter we covered this slide. We will be only covering the theory part of the stats part. Okay, Hyderabad, Malappuram, Kerala, Chennai, hi Trichy. Yes everyone, when the class will be there, till when? We will finish it very soon, in 2 hours. I have around 180 questions. We will finish that and we will wind up the session. Tomorrow morning mostly I'll take a formula marathon also in order for you to remember the formulas. Then, which of the following is suitable for graphical representation of cumulative frequency distribution? Ogive. People, how is an ogive drawn? Ogive is drawn using more than cumulative frequency and less than cumulative frequency. On the y-axis, what is there? On the y-axis, cumulative frequency is there and class boundary is there in the x-axis. They will meet at a point called as, this meeting point of them is called as what? Median. Okay, remember that. Very, very, very important. Next question, people. Sweetness. Sweetness is what? It's an attribute. Height of a person is what? It's an attribute of a person. Or sweetness is what? Attribute. Next question. Data collected on religion from the census report. People, census report is the primary report, right? Yes, it is primary data. From the primary data, I am collecting a report. That is called as what? Secondary data. So 8th question, answer is what? Option D. People, the PDF, current PDF of this theory marathon is attached in the description. Okay, sir, Chennai, your batch last June. Hi, Kamali. Hello. So when can you tell the time of tomorrow's life? Early morning it will be there. Okay. Now, which of the following diagram is most appropriate to represent various head of total cost? That is called as pie chart. How does the pie chart looks like? It will be around a circle. Then there will be a midpoint. So various head of cost we can draw using what? A pie chart. For example, what is the central angle of a pie chart? That is very important. Many questions were there in the previous year. Central angle is what? Central angle is nothing but x divided by sigma x into 360. Yesterday also we solved many questions with respect to that, right? Yes. Then in graphical representation of data, ideographs are also called as what? Pictograms. Okay, ideographs are also called as what? Pictograms. Then, sir, how did you which one marks theory will be there? Usually you can expect around 20 marks from theory itself. Okay. Then next question. Dash means separating items according to similar characteristics, grouping them into various classes. People, based on characteristics we are grouping them. Then it is called as what? Classification. Then people, frequency density. Yesterday also we discussed this. Frequency density is what? Frequency density is nothing but frequency of the class divided by the class length. That is called as option D. Now, a graph that uses vertical bars, okay, to represent data is called as what? Bar graph. How does a bar graph look like? Bar graph looks like this. Okay, next one. Time for formula, mostly by 10 o'clock I'll try to do it. Okay. Then CA Foundation December 2021. A national institute arranged its student data in accordance with different states. Based on geography, they are arranging the data. Different states means Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Kerala, different states are there, right? Based on geography, we are arranging them. It is a data based on what? It is a geographical data. Next question. Multiple axis line chart is considered when? When are we considering multiple axis line chart? If there are more than one time series or unit of variables are different. This question coming for the exam is very, very rare. But what if? Yes. Next question. Sweetness we already discussed. It is called as the attribute. Then sweetness of a dish is what? Attribute. Smell of a dish is what? We can say attribute. We can't measure it, correct? Yes. Which of the following is not a mode of presentation of data? People, textual presentation is there. Diagrammatic presentation is there. Tabular presentation is there. External presentation, what is that? It is not a mode of presentation. Okay, sir. Yes. Is any prediction for tomorrow paper? One main thing is there will be minimum of 7 marks question from annuity. It will be there. Then, so one question I'll tell you tomorrow. Mostly you will get a question based on ogive. Ogive is based on what? Ogive is based on what? Ogive is drawn using cumulative frequency versus what? The class boundary. Ogive will meet at a point called as what? Median, and ogive can be used to find what and what? Median as well as partition. A question can be there based on ogive. We get dash by plotting. We get dash by plotting cumulative frequency against the respective class boundary. We will get what? Ogive. Then types of research data are organized data and unorganized data, qualitative and quantitative data. When we started the chapter itself, we were talking about that itself, right? Types of data, qualitative and quantitative. Histogram are drawn only when class intervals are equal. Very important. Very important. People, make a note of it. Histograms are drawn only when the class intervals are equal. And using histogram, what can you find? You can find the value of mode. Okay, next one. Which of the following is a source of primary data? Primary data means we are directly collecting the data. Government records, research articles, journals, questionnaires filled by enumerators. We are directly collecting it from the samples, right? That means it is a primary data. Such tips to increase speed. People, always have the urgency. Whenever you get the question paper itself, you should have the urgency, like my aim is to write minimum 70 or 80 marks. with that urgency, you should start solving questions. Try to use calculator. Calculator will help you solve questions in much easy time. Next question, which is the left part of the table providing description of the road? What is the answer? Stub. Okay. Now, give for more than type and less than type distribution intersect at what point? I already told you. It will intersect at what point? The point is called as median, option B. Now the next question, people. Mode of, is this theory enough, sir? We are solving around 160 question. You will get a minimum 50% of the question will be there based on this. Sir, if options are wrong, we should attend it or not? People, if options are wrong, attend it. Attend the nearest option. Whichever answer is nearest, attend that option. Sometimes, if the marking scheme is very difficult, they will not give extra marks for people who are not attending the question. So, go for the nearest answer. Always mark that. Then, tabulation, mode of presentation of data. Which are the mode of presentation of the data? We already discussed. Tabular, textual, and diagrammatic presentation. People, for tabulation, caption is what? Caption is the upper part of the table. Then stub is what? The stub is what? Stub is the leftmost part of the table. Leftmost part of table. Describing what? Describing rows. Okay, describing rows. Next one. What does an ogive curve represent? What does an ogive curve represent? I already told you. In the y-axis, what will be there? Cumulative frequency will be there. In the x-axis, class boundary will be there. Cumulative frequency and class boundary. Now, by plotting cumulative frequency against respective class boundary, we get what? Ogive. See the number of time a question based on ogive is getting repeated again and again. You can expect a question. High probability is there for a question based on ogive tomorrow, people. So, will there be a revision marathon on economics? I don't think so. Yes. In a cumulative frequency curve, what is represented on the y-axis? People, what did I tell you? Cumulative frequency will be there in the y-axis and class boundary will be there in the x-axis. So, answer is what? Option B. If in a frequency distribution, relative frequency of the class is what? Relative frequency. Relative frequency is nothing but class frequency divided by total frequency. Okay. Now, there can be another question tomorrow. What is percentage frequency? What is percentage frequency? Percentage frequency is nothing but relative frequency into 100, or you can write it as class frequency divided by total frequency into frequency into 100. What about remaining chapters? You can refer the marathon as I told yesterday. Okay, Nigel? Yes. Next one. A perpendicular drawn from the point of intersection of two ogives. That means two ogives will meet at a point, and if I plot a point downwards, it can be called as what? Median. But we know one thing. Second quartile is also called as what? Median. 50th percentile is also called as what? Median. Likewise, you should remember that. So my which one? Chapters are still balanced. Should I listen to the class or do chapters? If you are still working on chapters, now you go and study. Once the recording is done, the recording will be anyway there in YouTube. You watch it later. You can use that. Next one. Less than ogive curve is drawn by plotting what? Less than cumulative frequency on the vertical axis. Anyway, less than cumulative frequency. Cumulative frequency will always be there in the what axis? The y-axis. Next one. Then class boundary is there in the x-axis, people. And ogive is used to represent what? It's a very good question. Ogive is used to represent the number of data points falling below a specific value. How are you telling that ogive is used to represent number of data below a specific value? You can say that all the time we will tell about cumulative frequency, right? Cumulative frequency is nothing but we are adding up the frequency and we are showing. That's why we are saying that ogive is used to represent number of data points below a specific value. How much time? 30th question. Okay, we will check. Then yes, will it help? Do LR next? Okay, yes. Next one. According to the empirical rule, if the data form is bell-shaped distribution, then maximum and minimum frequency occur at dash and dash respectively. It is middle and ends respectively. How does a bell-shaped curve look like? Bell-shaped curve look like this. It is also the curve which we are using for. Okay, what is given the word? So will you okay. It will finish in maximum 2 hours. It will not take that much time. Okay, so bell-shaped curve is looking like this, and the maximum value will be always there in the middle, and the minimum value will be towards the end of the curve. That's why option D is your answer. Which sampling is based on discretion of the sampler? Very good question, based on, for example, if I am the sampler, what is up to me, that is purposive sampling, based on my purpose. Which of the following is not a type of sampling? Probability is there, non-probability is there, then mixed is there, then standalone is not a type of sampling. Yesterday we discussed this already. Secondary data is collected by what? So observation method is there, interview method is there, mailed questionnaire is there. All these are what? Primary data collection. Then international source like World Bank. From the World Bank record we are collecting the data. Then option A is secondary data. Next question, exit polls. Very good question. Exit polls. What do you mean by exit polls? Before and after the election, this TV channel, they will go and ask questions, and they will say that, oh, according to exit poll, this party is going to win, that party is going to win. Likewise, so exit poll is example of which method of collecting data? Random sampling. Randomly they are collecting it. Next question, the distribution of commuters coming to a metro station from early morning hours to peak morning hours follows which type of frequency curve? J-shaped curve. So for example, it looks like this. Okay, next one. What is the range of a data set? What is the range of data set? The range is nothing but largest observation minus smallest observation. The difference between the highest and lowest value of the data set is called as what? Range. So I watched yesterday's live plus this live, so I can score 65 plus Minha. If your concepts are clear and if you have solved all the PYQs, you can definitely score that up. That is pakka possible. Can I skip theoretical distribution? Kavana, it's just 4 marks chapter. If you want to skip, you can do that. Now I will do towards the end the tip part. Then yes, next one. Series in which frequencies are continuously added to each class interval in the series is called as what? It is nothing but cumulative frequency. There is less than cumulative frequency and there is more than cumulative frequency. Ogive can be used for making what type of projection? The short term projection. Very important. Ogive used to find what? Median and partition. I am revising everything again. Partition, and they will meet at a point called as median or quartile, second quartile. Now people, it is used for what type of projection? The short term projection. Then numerical data presented in descriptive form is called as what? The textual presentation. For example, I am writing the profit of the company is 20 lakhs rupees. It is in a descriptive form. That is called as textual presentation. Okay, if I draw it in a table and show that, it is a tabular presentation. If I draw a graph and show that, it is diagrammatic presentation. I hope that you got it. So how to identify between normal and binomial and Poisson probability? Based on the probability value, you can refer the marathon. It is given there. I have said over there, or you can check the PYQ series. Properly I am taking the values and I am telling the answers. So tell how to attempt unknown questions logically as assumptions and tell the exam tips. So logical think part only will happen inside the exam hall. Even if I say you think logically right now, it will never happen, because exam pressure is a different thing. Inside the exam hall, how your brain work, that is the key part. People eat good food and go for examination. Good food in the sense, don't eat lump sum amount of food and all. Eat food and go for examination, otherwise your brain won't work. Try to sleep well before today, very well. Try to sleep for at least 6-7 hours and get up in the morning and accordingly plan everything for the day. Okay, then drink water, stay hydrated. If you are having headache or something, fever or something, have proper medication. Then accordingly go for the examination. Don't try to take any risk and all. Okay people, then Thank you, Lohit. How many questions should be attempted in exam? Always target minimum 70 questions. 70 question minimum is our target. Then only things will work out properly for us. Please explain the answers. Yes, I'll explain along with that. I'm doing that. Next one. Please do guest paper. Yes, let me try, Lakshmi. Yes. Okay. Now, the next one is. Okay, Mukila, I'll do that. So here, what is the case? The numerical data is presented in descriptive form is called as what? A textual presentation. I already told you that. Now, what type of data is most appropriate for using a pie chart? People, in pie chart, we have solved multiple questions based on pie chart, right? For example, if one of the category is called as income or income from A, then second category is called as income from B. Then third category is another one, income from C, and similarly the last category is nothing but income from D. So whenever we want to divide them on category basis, we will use what? The pie chart. That is the basic thing. Hello CA aspirants. Hello Trishna, how are you? Hello, what are the high weightage chapters? Chapter 14, chapter 13, chapter 4. These are the main chapters. Then, what is the purpose of stratified random sampling? People, to divide the population into subgroups and then randomly take sample from each subgroup. What do you mean by strata? Strata. What do you mean by strata? We are dividing it into multiple groups. That is the basic meaning of strata. A subgroup is basically called as what? Strata. So what is the purpose of a stratified random sampling? We are taking the strata. From the strata or from the subgroup, we are taking the sample. That is the main purpose of stratified sampling. Now people, in tabular representation of data, stub is what? I already explained. What is a stub now? Stub is nothing but leftmost part of the table representing what? Representing rows or giving information about the rows. Left part of the table which provides description of the rows. So, yes. Next one. OGIV is used to find what? The people network. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Am I visible, audible, everything? Yes. Thank you, Sudarshan. Yes. Everything is fine. Fine. OGIV is used to find what? Median. It can also be used to find what? The partitions. And also to represent what? We can say that quartile is there, decile is there, percentile is there. You can keep it in your mind. Standard error. Standard error is inversely proportional to what? The root of n. So we can say that n is nothing but the sample size. N is nothing but sample size. So I can say that standard error is inversely proportional to the sample size. Next question people, non-probability sampling is also known as called as what? The purposive or judgment sampling. We already spoke about it yesterday. So people, purposive means what? Based on my purpose, based on my intention, I am going to collect some random samples. I am going some places and I am collecting samples from there based on my own judgment. That is called as what? The non-probability sample. What is OGIV, sir? OGIV is nothing but it is a curve representing cumulative frequency. Which all cumulative frequency? More than cumulative frequency and less than cumulative frequency. In the y-axis, cumulative frequency will be there. In the x-axis, class boundary will be there. They will meet at a point called as what? The median. Next one people, which sampling technique is most appropriate when a person wants to ensure that subgroups, people, I told you already, when you want to make sure that subgroups or stratas are taken care or proportionally represented, which sampling we should go for? The stratified sampling. Next one people, frequency density corresponding to a class interval for continuous frequency distribution is nothing but what? The class frequency to class length. We already studied about that. Frequency, I'll anyway write it, some people join now, right? Frequency density is nothing but what? The density is nothing but class frequency divided by class length. Then relative frequency is what? The class frequency divided by total frequency. Then percentage frequency is what? The relative frequency into 100. Yes. Next one, how much time? We will finish it in 1 hour. Da? Don't worry. Then, yeah. Next one. 40-second question. Which one, da, baby son? So, OGIV can be used for what? We are only making short-term projections using OGIV. Yes. How to handle negative marks? Negative marks. How to handle negative marks? Certain times I'll tell you. When you are solving a question inside the exam hall, the options will be like 1, 2, 3 and 4. But you are getting an answer like 5.6. Usually you will not get an answer like 5.6. Answer should have been either 1, 2, 3 or 4. But you will be like, I can go and mark some value. You will do that value without thinking too much. Because inside the exam hall, your mind will work like that. Because of that, you can get negative mark. Don't do any inky pinky ponky also. That will also give negative mark. People, you might think after writing 60 questions, you are like, all the questions are correct. I will just do inky pinky ponky on the next 10 questions. Don't do that also. That and all can give you negative marking, people. Next question. The curve obtained by joining points whose x coordinates are the upper limits of the class intervals and y coordinates are corresponding cumulative frequencies. That is nothing but what? Okay, I already told you cumulative frequency is there and class boundary is there. Then Andhra Pradesh, Tirupati. Oh, hi, hello. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Then, sir, can you send PDF you show now? It is Kavi Priya. It's already attached in the description. You can download it from there. Okay. Yes, rest of you, if any doubt is there, you just mention it over here. Next one. Mode of a continuous frequency distribution can be determined graphically using what? The histogram. I already told you, right? So, when you draw an histogram, let this be an histogram. Okay. So, join these 2 points with the highest value. This point is give you the mode. Okay. Next one. Which of the following statements about simple random sampling is not true? Look here. Simple random sampling ensures that each unit in the population has a equal chance of being selected. We already said that. That is correct answer. Yesterday also we discussed. Then in simple random sampling with replacement, each selected unit is replaced to the population before the next round. Correct only. Now look at the third option. Simple random sampling is highly effective when the population is very large and heterogeneous. One of the demerit of simple random sampling yesterday we told about was that only, right? The population should be what? The homogeneous. Next one, a frequency curve which starts with a minimum frequency and then gradually increases its maximum frequency, and at the other extremity is known as what? It is called as J-shaped curve. Correct. Now, law of statistical regularity. We discussed it yesterday. What did it say? A large sample drawn at a random from a population would possess the character of the population on an average. Option C is the answer. Hello, Kanish, Selva, Abu, Prarthana. Sir, I need the PDF of yesterday's class. PDF Prarthana, it is attached in the description, in the comment box. You can download it from there in yesterday's class. It is there. Can you explain 54 again? I'll come back to that. So in tomorrow's live, what the chapters will discuss? We will discuss just the formulas Harini tomorrow. Just the video is enough for Pythagoras, sir. You use Pythagoras. I didn't understand, sir. We use Pythagoras, sir. Sir, when we will use Pythagoras, sir? I have Harving. I have used another method in our marathon and all. You can use that method instead of Pythagoras. Okay. Yes, we are solving around 180 questions. You will get definitely many questions from here itself, the theory. Yes, it should be there. It will be there. The PDF is already there. Sir, if I skip random variable and theoretical distribution, it will affect more, sir. So usually you can expect, including both topics, you can expect like 5 or 6 marks. Yes. How to calculate GBT for PV in K function? It is difficult, Yoraj. Yeah, that will be difficult. Yes, tomorrow class timing, mostly by 10 o'clock. Yes, hi Nitya, thank you. Yes, next one. We will continue. In tabulation, one person asked one doubt in between, right? What was the doubt? The curve obtained by joining the points whose x coordinates are upper limits of the class intervals. Upper limits of the class interval means what? The class boundaries. And y coordinates are cumulative frequency. That is called as what? Okay, we already studied that, right? Multiple times. Yes. Next one. The in tabulation, source of data, if any, shown in where? Footnote contain all the extra data that will be there in where? Footnote. Next question, people. From the records of sizes of shoes sold in a shop, one can compute the following to determine the most preferred shoe size. What the mode? Mode is also called as, I'll include that. Mode is also called as what? Fashionable average. Make a note of it. Fashionable average. Make a note of it. It is very important. Then people, which of the following measure does not possess mathematical property? Which one? The median does not possess mathematical property, but it is a debatable question. If there are two groups, N1 and N2 observations, H1 and H2 respective harmonic means, then the harmonic mean of the combined observation is how much is the question? What is the formula? 54 RGB. I'll come back to that. What is the formula for combined combined harmonic mean? That is nothing but combined harmonic mean. HC is nothing but N1 plus N2 divided by N1 by H1 plus N2 by H2. You can find the answer using this, right? Yes. So looking at that, taking LCM over here, you will get it like option D is the answer. I am telling you you might get a question based on harmonic mean tomorrow, because recent attempt there are many questions based on that. There, sir, I checked, but it is not there. Check, Pradhana, it is already there. If not, I'll check after this slide. Okay. Now, if there are three observations, 15, 20, 25, the sum of the deviation of the observation from AM, yesterday we discussed sigma xi minus x bar is equal to sigma f into xi minus x bar is equal to what? Which is equal to 0. Option A is 0. Sum of the deviation is always what? 0. Okay. Yes. So I checked how many marks we can expect. Yes, in the comments. Yes, 56 please. I'll come back to that. Now 54 one question. Yes. People, which of the following statement about simple random sampling is not true is the question. People, simple random sampling is highly effective when the population is very large and heterogeneous. Is it highly effective? No, it should be homogeneous. When the population is homogeneous only, it is very effective. Next one, then something else. 56. Yes, law of statistical regularity. We already discussed. What is this? What does that say? A large sample at random from population would possess character of the population on average. For example, I am going to study about Tamil Nadu. So, if I take a large sample from Tamil Nadu itself, it will give a proper idea regarding Tamil Nadu for me. That is the basic thing given over here. That is called as law of statistical regularity. Next one is, people, if AM and GM for 10 observations are both 15, then the value of HM will be what? What is the basic thing I told you? If AM is equal to GM, then that means AHM also should be equal to that much. That means if AM is equal to GM, then HM is how much? AM and GM are 15, then HM also should be equal to what? 15. Then one more thing. When it is different observations, yes, then A is greater than, G is greater than H. That means arithmetic mean is greater than, geometric mean is greater than harmonic mean. Yes, there were questions like this in the previous year. Yes, next question. Sir, yesterday's session, today can we get 6 days? Lakshmi, we have covered, we have revised everything. 60 plus, we have studied for around 70 plus in yesterday's session, right? If your concept is clear, why not? You will easily get it. Yes, can you get only if the almost clarity, sir? You can get only if have the almost clarity. Yes. Then how to smart guess the answer? There is one doubt over here. how to smart guess the answer. So people, for this question, AM and HM are equal to how much? 10, right? So, sorry, AM and GM are equal to 10. So, usually it should be like HM also should be equal to what? Whatever is given over here. Likewise, you should smart get that is possible. Yes. So, I am worried, keep forgetting formula. Sheldon, revise the formulas again and again, but don't panic. If you panic, it will always become difficult. If two variables A and B are selected, C is equal to AB. GM of C is equal to how much is the question? GM of C is nothing but what? You can write it as GM of AB. That can in turn be written as GM of A into GM of B. That means option C is the answer. There can be another question. C is equal to A divided by B. Then GM of C is how much? G of C is nothing but G of A divided by G of B. You can expect this question for this attempt because they have asked a similar question previously. Next one, which one of the following is not a measure of central tendency? People, median is a measure of central tendency, right? Then mean is a measure of central tendency, right? Then mode is a measure of central tendency, right? But range is what? Range is a measure of dispersion. Okay, is it an absolute measure or a relative measure? Range is an absolute measure and coefficient of range is a relative measure. Remember that. Next one. Hi, thank you. Yes. How much time you will continue live? Yes. Mostly in 1 hour we will finish that. We have around 100 more questions. Okay. Yes. Then I feel good. It says in your training. I feel proud of you. Thank you, Kamana. Thank you so much. I'm worried about keep forgetting formula. Revise the formulas again and again. Sorry, paladu mormon irkanilla. Diya revise again and again. That is more than important. Now the next question. Dash mean is calculated when values in data do not have equal importance. People, yesterday when I told about weighted average. In weighted average, each data point does not have what importance? The equal importance. In arithmetic mean, harmonic mean and geometric mean, there exists equal importance. People, median of a distribution is obtained from what? Which of the following? Less than type of ogive. Okay, usually using ogive only we will find the median. Which of the following measure of central tendency will be unaffected by if the lowest and highest observations are removed? People, lowest and highest observation, what does that mean? That means extreme values, or I can say that outliers. Okay, which will be least affected by extreme values? Think about it. Who is in the middle now? Median is in the middle, right? Median is in the middle. Median will not be affected by the extreme values. So option B is the answer. Mean will change. Mode may or may not change. Okay, yes. Now, next one. Which of the following measure of central tendency depends on position of the observation? Who is called as positional average? Who is called as positional average? Median is called as positional average. So which measure of central tendency is based on the position? The median is the case. Now people, tomorrow, it is not a prediction. I am telling you, there will be a question based on this formula. It is a spoiler. I am telling you, pakka it will be there. If not, maaf karo. Yes, it will be there mostly because if you check all the probabilities in the previous year, there were multiple questions based on this formula. People, for moderately skewed distribution, which of the following relationship is true? MIMO. What did I say? The mean minus mode is nothing but 3 into how many mimi? 3 into mean minus median. Remember this, people, very important. Okay, next one. Which option? Option A is your answer. People, next question. The algebraic sum of deviation of set of observation from the arithmetic mean is what? I already told you. Sum of deviation from arithmetic mean sigma xi minus x bar or sigma f into xi minus x bar is equal to what? Is equal to 0. Option D is your answer. The best measure of central tendency is what? The mean. Why are we saying best measure is mean? Because When I come to a class, okay, I'm randomly coming to a class and I'm asking you, tell me the average. Will you sit and find the median? Will you sit and find the mode? No, we will only find the mean, right? Yes. Next one. Which one of the following measure of central tendency is based on only central 50% of the values, which is that case the median is the answer. Next one. The best statistical measure used for comparing two series is what? The coefficient of variation. Make a note of it. The best statistical measure for comparing two series is what? The coefficient of variation. What is the formula for coefficient of variation? The standard deviation divided by arithmetic mean into 100. Remember that, people. Very, very, very important. Yes. Next one. Which one of the following is a relative measure of dispersion? The people. Which all are the relative measure? One by one you tell me. The coefficient of range is there. Correct? Then coefficient of mean deviation is there. Correct? Then coefficient of variation is there. Yes. Whatever we discussed now. Then coefficient of QD, quartile deviation is there. So which is there? Which is the following? Coefficient of quartile deviation is a relative measure of dispersion. Which are absolute measure? You tell me absolute. Which all are absolute? Absolute are range is there. Then mean deviation is there. Then standard deviation is there. Then quartile deviation is there. Remember this. Yes. Next one, people. If every observation is increased by 7, then standard deviation increases by 7, mean deviation increases by 7, not at all affected, quartile deviation increases by 7. People, my question, have you heard about this? Change of origin. Okay, change of origin means what? There might be a question tomorrow. Change of origin is nothing but when you are adding each observation with some value, or you are reducing or you are subtracting some values from the observation. People, when you are changing the origin, standard deviation, mean deviation or quartile deviation, they are not at all affected. Change of origin does not affect any of that. Now the next question is change of scale. Change of scale means what? The change of scale means multiplication or division. If I am multiplying or I am dividing each observation with some value, standard deviation, quartile deviation, then mean deviation, it will get affected. So tell me, people, will it get affected if each observation is increased by 7? Will any of it will change? It will be not at all affected, people. So option C is your answer. Now with respect to this, randomly I'll take you to regression coefficient. Is regression coefficient affected by change of origin? Regression coefficient BXY, is it affected by change of origin? It is not affected by change of origin. Now people, is regression coefficient affected by change of scale? Yes, it is affected by change of scale. Remember this, people. You can get a question like that. Then mean, median, mode, all of them are affected by change of scale and change of origin. Remember this. Next question. Which of the measure of dispersion is based on absolute deviation? Absolute deviation means which one? The mean deviation. We are considering all the terms, right? So coming to answer, that is mean deviation. What is the formula for mean deviation? The mean deviation is what? You remember the formula for mean deviation? Sigma modulus of x minus x bar divided by n. If it is for continuous group data, what is the formula? Sigma f into modulus of x minus x bar divided by sigma f. Remember this, people. Next one. Dash is based on all observation. People, I told you already who is based on absolute deviation. Which of the following measure of dispersion is based on absolute deviation? What was the reason I told you? Because it is based on all the observation. So what is based on all the observation? Mean deviation is based on all the observation, and dash is based on central 50% of the observation, the quartile deviation. So quartile deviation is based on central 50% and mean deviation is based on what? The mean deviation is based on all the observations. Mean deviation is also called as what? Absolute is based on what? The absolute deviation. Yes, or it is also called as what? Average deviation. So I have doubt, will I score 60 plus if I am scoring with other concept except theoretical distribution, equation, calculus more than being? Sirs, you can easily do that. Yes, sir, QD is affected by scale or not? It is affected by scale. Yes. Then please give difference which is affected. Yes, I will do that, Bharati. Yes, after this I will do that. Now, which of the following is not a measure of dispersion? Which is not a measure of dispersion? Standard deviation is a measure. We already studied. Then mean deviation is a measure. Range is a measure. People, concurrent deviation method. Concurrent deviation method. Where is it? Where are we using concurrent deviation? Concurrent deviation is in order to find the correlation coefficient R. What is the formula? Plus or minus 2C minus M divided by M. So we are using it in correlation. Next one, mean deviation is minimum when taken from what? The median. Remember this, mean deviation is maximum when taken from mean. So mean deviation is minimum when taken from median, and mean deviation is maximum when taken from mean. Remember this. Next question, people. In a given set, if all the observations are of same value, then the variance will be what? The variance should be 0. If all the values are same, standard deviation will be what? The x minus x bar divided by x minus x bar itself will become what? The 0. That means option A should be your answer. So time management, sir, will speak about it. Please give difference. Bharati, I'll do that little bit later because we'll cover some more questions. In which of the following there is no impact of presence of extreme values? I told you. Now median, we already told that, okay, it is not going to affect because median is the middle value, right? Now what is the term with respect to quartile deviation? The quartile deviation is based on what? Central 50% of the values, right? Central 50% of the value. It is not affected by extreme values or it is not affected by outliers. So answer is what? Option A. Now people, if each observation in a set is divided by 10, standard deviation will be what? People, division means what? Division and multiplication. That means change of scale. Okay, change of scale, division and multiplication. What all people are affected by that? Mean is affected, then median is affected, then mode is affected, then range is affected, then MD is affected, mean deviation is affected, standard deviation is affected, quartile deviation is affected. All the deviations are affected by change of scale. Then if you want to add regression coefficient from chapter number 17, add that also. Regression coefficient is also affected by change of scale. Now coming to change of origin. What happens to plus or minus? We are adding or subtracting values to each observation. Now median, okay. Mean is affected, then median is affected, then mode is affected. Is standard deviation affected? So can we update? Yes, done. You can do that, Ashok. Yes, done. So median, mode is affected, median is affected, and what else is affected? Mean is affected. Then mean deviation is affected. No, mean deviation is not affected by change of origin. Then standard deviation is affected. No, it is not affected. Then what else is affected? Nothing else is affected. Only these many people are affected. I hope that you understood this case. So do you think tomorrow's paper might be tricky? I don't think so. If you have studied everything, it will be very easy. Anyway, whatever we have discussed in marathon or in our class will be there. Pakka, it will be there. Because formulas or questions will be just like that only. They will change the wordings. That's the main thing. Then same time management. You should be very urgent. The urgency should be there. Without urgency, it will be very difficult to score mark from our quantitative aptitude. Urgency should always be there. See that whenever I get a question, I'll be like urgent to solve it fast. That urgency should be there for you also. Okay. Yes. Me which order I have to attend the question first? Sudarshan. One thing now. Many people will ask a question like, sir, which order I should attend the question? People, always start with your favorite topic. I don't know your favorite topic. Sometimes chapter 4 will be a favorite topic. Chapter 5 will be a favorite topic. So whichever is your favorite topic, start off with that topic. You will get the momentum. Always do that. Okay. Next question down. Mean deviation is minimum when it is taken from median. Mean deviation is maximum when it is taken from mean. Next question. Which is not a method of dispersion, that is concurrent deviation method. Which of the following is an absolute measure of dispersion for open-ended classification? People, very important. For open-ended classification, which is the measure of dispersion? The quartile deviation. Okay, so others here our chapters are remaining. You can work on it down. So yes, right, still you have time. Revise everything. How many chapters to cover to score 65 plus? Whatever I have discussed yesterday will give you 65 plus. Just watch that marathon PDF. It will be there in the comment. Yes. So confirm 50 marks. Yes. LR. Yes, LR. Okay, perfect. Done. Now, first confirm. Always convert first 50 marks. That is always important. Now coming to the next question, people. An event that can be subdivided into further events is called as what? The composite event. That is the first thing we are learning from our probability, right? Suppose A and B are two independent events with probability P of A is not equal to 0, P of B not equal to 0. A complement and B complements be their complements. Which of the following statement is true? That means P of A intersection B will be what? 0. Whenever it is an independent event, we are telling that P of A and B are what? Two independent events, and P of A not equal to 0, P of B not equal to 0. Then from that you can directly say that P of A intersection B should be what? 0. That means which one of the following statement is false is the question. That means people, P of A intersection B is equal to how much as per an independent event is considered? P of A into P of B. Now they are telling, sorry for that, for a lapse I made. So P of A not equal to 0. That means P of A has a value. P of B not equal to 0. That means P of B has a value. What is our general formula? P of A union B, which is equal to what? P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. Instead of P of A intersection B, what I will put? P of A into P of B. Now people, look here. Anyway, this is correct, De Morgan's law. So, or we can go with independent event itself. This is also correct, independent event. Then this is also correct. Now, what is not correct? The third one is not correct because minus P of A into P of B should also be there. Next question. Sir, is CV affected by origin? No, Muhammad, it is not affected. Now, theorem of compound probability states that what? We already solved this. P of A intersection B. So I will write P of B given A is nothing but P of A intersection B divided by P of A. That means cross multiply it. P of A into or P of A into P of B given A is nothing but P of A intersection B. From this I can say that option A is the answer. But people, what if they say that for independent event, what is the answer? Independent event means and again the answer will change. It will be like P of A intersection B is equal to P of A into P of B. Next question, people. Which of the following pairs of events are mutually exclusive? Mutually exclusive means, look at this. Imran is under 15 years of age and he is a voter of Chennai. Can anyone below this much age can vote? Can a 15-year-old vote in this country? It is not possible. Saptacha illada. After the live, I will go have food. Okay. Then my wife is waiting for me there. Next one. Which of the following holds correct for two events A and B? People, if you look here, this is P of A minus B. P of A minus B is nothing but P of A minus B is nothing but P of only A. So, what is our general formula? P of A union B is equal to P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. That is the general formula, right? Whenever the question is like P of only A, what I will do? Whenever I want to write only A, I will write the formula which is containing A only. Which all terms contain A? P of A minus P of A intersection B. Did you understand the logic? Now, what if the question is like P of only B? You will only write terms containing B. P of B minus P of A intersection B. Are you getting the logic? Yes. Which one, da? Next one. Is it clear? Anyone is having doubt? Please tell me. Imran, is everything clear? Next one. So, application of annuity should be studied. Yes, it should be studied. It's very important. Hi, Kausif. How are you? Next one. So, the answer is what? P of A minus P of A intersection B. Next question. Which of the following is a uniparametric distribution? Answer is what? Poisson distribution. People. Now, Poisson distribution has how many parameters? There is only one parameter. Some people call it M, some people call it lambda. Whichever way you call it, you can call it that way. Okay. So, do you have PDFs of every formulas in syllabus? Yes, I have a PDF. It is already shared in the WhatsApp group. Yesterday's marathon link, some people asked in the chat or in the comment box. I have replied to them also with the link of the formula book. You can download that from there. Okay. Application of annuity is important, very important. Yes, because there will be question based on annuity only, right? If you know annuity, you can do question based on application of annuity. Yes. Unsolved, Nithu, I will update it after this session. Okay, next question. In normal distribution, mean, median and mode are what? Equal. So how does a graph of normal distribution look like? This is the way. Yes. Now the middle value is what? Is the mean, is equal to median, is equal to what? Mode. So mean, median and mode are equal in where? It is equal in normal distribution. 90th question repeater. Yes. Now people, look here. They are looking for mutually exclusive classes, exclusive events. Correct? Student studies in a school and he studies geography. People, if a student study in school, that means if let that be A. P of A school he is studying, intersection and studying geography. It is possible, right? That means it is not equal to 0. That means option A is not mutually exclusive. Try option B. Archana is born in India and she is a lawyer. So Archana is what? Born in India and she can be a lawyer also, right? That is possible, right? In India she can be a lawyer. Yes. That means intersection is not equal to 0. That means that is also not mutually exclusive. Then Sita is 16 years old and she is a good folk dancer. Sita is 16 years old and she can be a dancer also. That is not mutually exclusive. Look here. Imran is under 15 years of age. That means then he is a voter of Delhi. People, anyone below 15 below 18 can they vote? They can't vote. That means D is the mutually exclusive event. Next one. Thank you, Suji. Thank you so much, Kanitra. What are you telling, Kanitra? Repeat 90. Done, right? Next one. The mean of binomial distribution is always what? More than variance. What is the formula for mean? NP. Correct? Mean is nothing but NP. What is the formula for variance? NPQ. People, if for example, N is equal to 5. Okay. P is equal to 0.6. Then Q is equal to 0.4. You find the mean. Find the mean for me. Mean is how much? Mean is nothing but 5 into 0.6, which is nothing but what? 3. Now you find the variance for me, NPQ, which is nothing but 5 into 0.6 into 0.4, which is nothing but how much? I didn't bring the calculator. Yes. Anyway, which is that is how much? 1233 into 0.4. That is nothing but 1.2. 1.2. So 1.2 is anyway less than what? 3. That means mean is always more than variance. So please give the link in the description. CA aspirant, I need to update it myself, right? I'm taking the class. You can go and check the yesterday's video. In the comment section, somebody asked for the PDF formula. I have replied to them. You can download it from there. Okay. Next one. Skewness of normal distribution is what? 0. Why there is normal distribution? The skewness part is 0. Normal distribution is perfectly symmetrical. That is the main thing. Normal distribution is what? Perfectly symmetrical. Then what do you mean by skewness? Skewness means asymmetry. Okay, so asymmetry means, is normal distribution asymmetric? No, that means skewness should be what? The 0. Yes. Which all chapters are compulsory for last minute revision? Chapter 4, chapter 13, chapter 14, then chapter 18, chapter 17, then chapter 5, 7, everything is good for last minute revision. Next one, the standard deviation of binomial distribution. People, what is the formula for variance? That is nothing but NPQ. Then what is the formula for standard deviation? That is nothing but root of variance, which is equal to root of NPQ. Next one, in a standard normal distribution, the value of mu and standard deviation are what? So the mean will be 0 and standard deviation will be equal to 1. Where? In standard normal distribution. So when you draw a graph, you will convert it into, you will convert the bell graph into what? A standard normal curve, right? Yeah, this is the case. Next one, x and y are two independent normal variates with means and standard deviation mu1, mu2, sigma 1, sigma 2 respectively. Then z is equal to x plus y. This is called as what? The addition property. Okay, addition property of normal variates. What will happen to the means? The means will get added, mu1 plus mu2. The standard deviation or the variance also will get added. How? Sigma 1 square plus sigma 2 square. Variance will get added. So standard deviation will be what? The root of sigma 1 square plus sigma 2 square. Next question, for a normal distribution, the ratio of mean deviation to standard deviation is how much is the question? People, we will use our basic formula. You remember the formula, 2SD is equal to 2.5, MD is equal to how many QTs are there? 3 QD, right? Sir, I have prepared tomorrow's exam. I attend 72 max question. Yes, more than enough per week. Great. Yes. So thank you earlier. Thank you, Hira. Yes, guys, 40 marks. I know, guys, 40 marks is passed. Work on that, Safed. It is possible to work on LR, chapter 4, chapter 13, and chapter 14. Okay. Sir, how long will the live go? It will go for now 60 more questions. Okay. Yes. Next one. So using this, you can easily find the answer for this. What is the question? The mean deviation and standard deviation. So mean deviation is nothing but 2 divided by 2.5 ST. Yes. Is broken. I need to check one star. Sorry for that. After this, I will just work on that. Next question. The mean deviation of normal distribution is approximately equal to what? The similar question, the previous one, it is nothing but 0.8 times the sigma value. The intersecting point of two regression lines, y on x and x on y. People, two regression lines will meet at their what? They will meet at their means. So x bar and y bar is your answer. Next one, so I did module and PYQs. Is that enough? Yes, well and good. So the formula work, yes, that I will take care of it. Hi Abanna, how are you? Advait, Chennai or Bangalore? Now I am in Bangalore. Now, regression coefficients remain unchanged due to shift of origin. I already explained you, right? It is affected by shift of scale. Next question. If the sum of the product of the deviation of x and y from the means is 0, then the correlation coefficient will be what? You remember the formula? R is equal to sigma dx dy divided by root of sigma dx square dy square sigma dy square. Then they are telling this entire value is what? 0. That means any value, see if 0 is in the numerator, the entire value will become what? 0. Option A is the answer. Hi Sri Nirmal. Hi Aparna. Hello everyone. Next question. If the data points x and y series on a scattered diagram lie along a straight line that goes from downwards of the x values, move from left to the right. People, look here. Left to the right and the data exhibit. Look here. So if it is going from left to the right, what type of correlation is it? You tell me. Left to the right. What is it? That goes downwards as x values. Okay, sorry. Downwards means it should go from the opposite way. From upper left to lower right. What type of correlation is it? It is called as negative correlation, or it is called as what? Imperfect and indirect correlation. Next one, regression coefficients remain unchanged due to what? The shift of origin. Next one, if the plotted points in a scattered diagram lie from lower left to upper right, lower left to upper right means what? It should be positive correlation, positive correlation. Next question, for finding correlation coefficient between two qualitative characteristics, we use what? The rank correlation coefficient, very important. For two qualitative characteristics, rank correlation coefficient is used. What is the formula for rank correlation coefficient? R is equal to what? What is the formula? 1 minus 6 sigma d square divided by n cube minus n, where n is the number of elements, then d sigma d square is nothing but difference of the squares of the rank, then substitute everything over there. Next one, Pearson's coefficient, correlation coefficient. We also know the formula, covariance of xy divided by standard deviation of x into standard deviation of y. That is nothing but option A. Next one, Spearman's rank correlation coefficient. I just wrote the formula for you. Where is nothing but 1 minus 6 sigma d square divided by n cube minus n. If I take n common outside, it will become n into n square minus 1. Option A is your answer. Regression lines will be perpendicular to each other when the value is what? When the value is 0. People, you remember, two regression lines will be perpendicular to each other. Then the what type of correlation is the regression lines will be perpendicular to each other if the value of R is what? The correlation should be what? 0 correlation or no correlation. No correlation, or I will write 0 correlation. Okay, sir, I truly depend on your classes. I haven't done any separate study. I have only followed. Great, thank you. Push yourself, you'll be able to clear it. Sir, in PYQs and MDCs are enough for scoring down. If you know the concept generally, it is more than enough. Next one, anyone can, the duration of the class, Nihala, we will finish with around 50 questions remaining. Okay, next one, dash may be defined as the ratio of covariance and the product of the standard deviation. We already did that now. That is what a KPCC or calls Pearson's product momentum correlation coefficient. If the regression coefficient are xy on y on x is greater than unity, it is a repeated question. If one of the regression coefficient is greater than unity, the other one should be what? Less than unity. That means option A is your answer. Spearman's rank correlation coefficient is used to check what? The relationship in variables. Why we are saying relationship in variables? Because we are finding correlation coefficient. Using correlation coefficient, what are we finding? The relationship between two variables. Okay, next one, sir, how to join the WhatsApp group? You can reply comment. I will reply to the comment. Okay, I'll do that. Yes, then we will pass, sir. Yes, sir, B, you can do it. This is your attempt. Please clear the exam and please come down and comment here also if you clear the exam. Yes. Next one, I'll be more than happy to know that. Now, the range of coefficient of correlation. People, what is the maximum value of correlation coefficient? Plus 1. What is the minimum value of correlation coefficient? Minus 1. So, always correlation coefficient will be in between what and what? Minus 1 and plus 1, including both. So, option D is your answer. Next question. Which of the following statement is correct regarding limit of two regression coefficient? Product of the regression coefficient must be numerically less than unity. What is the case that what is the reason for that? If you ask me, correlation coefficient is nothing but product of regression coefficient. So always the product should be what? It cannot be greater than unity. If it goes greater than unity, correlation coefficient will also become greater than unity, which is not possible for us. Why? Because the value of correlation coefficient will always be in between minus 1 and plus 1. Next question over here. In case of insurance companies' profits and the number of claims to pay their excess day, what type of correlation? People, if think about this, number of claims are increasing. Okay, that means insurance company needs to pay more money. Their profit will what? Decrease. What type of correlation is it? Negative correlation. Got it. Next one. The next one is Then sir, will I clear exam morning? I watching your videos and solving the sums, revising, is that enough? Harini, it depends on completely how much have you prepared till yesterday. That is also valid. Okay. Next question da. But if you know the content, everything is fine, then it is more than enough. Yes, Harini. I'm not taking anything in CA Inter. I'll only take in CA Foundation. That too max alone. Okay. Next one. With max alone in the sense quantitative aptitude alone. Can you repeat 115? Yes, I can repeat 115. Which of the following statement is correct regarding it should be product of the regression coefficient should be numerically less than unity. Why da? If regression coefficients product are greater than 1, correlation coefficient will become what? Greater than 1. Can correlation coefficient be greater than 1? It is not at all possible because the value, highest value is how much? 1. Next question. Which of the following statement is wrong? Correlation coefficient between x and y is 2.6. People, what is the highest value of r da? Plus 1. Can it be more than 1? Never. It can't be more than 1. Next one. The correlation coefficient between x and y is 0.8. If we add a number 10, then add a 10 in x variable and subtract 20 from the y variable, the new correlation coefficient will be what da? It will be same itself. There is no change of origin over there. So live kandal pass on the thing. If you have studied things and revised using live, it will be more than effective. If you have watched PYQs and able to solve all the PYQs, more than enough. Pakka, you will clear the exam no matter what. Next question da. The cost of living index is always what da? It is a weighted index number. Remember that. Next one. Fisher does not satisfy. So people, who is called as the ideal index number da? Fisher index is called as what? Ideal index number. So Fisher does not satisfy what da? Circular test. Sir, are you pro physical class fee structure? Okay. So we are only in right now we are only in Bangalore, Malleshwaram, Chennai and Coimbatore. Okay. Yes. Now, if P10, that means first index is given, then second index is given, are for 1 on 0 and 0 on 1 respectively, then the formula for this is what da? This is for time reversal test. Next one, the weighted average price of price relatives of commodities when the weights are equal to values of commodities in the current year. People, when we are taking the base as the current year quantity Q1, then what type of index number we are using? The Paget's index number. What if we are using base year quantity? We will use Lappe index number. Next one, index number. Index numbers are not helpful in identifying errors. We can frame the economic policies. Revealing the trends or realizing the trend is possible. Forecasting is also possible. People, next question. The three index numbers, namely Lappe, Paget and Fisher, do not satisfy which test? The circular test. So 117, which one knows that? Yes, correlation coefficient cannot be more than 1, right? That's why the answer is option A. Maximum value of R is how much da? Plus 1. Minimum value of R is how much da? Minus 1. Always it should be in between minus 1 and plus 1. Okay. So people, this is nothing but the time reversal formula da. If product of product of index number with respect to altering the base and the current year, the product should be always equal to how much da? 1. That is the case for what? Time reversal test. Next question. The test of shifting base is called as what da? Circular test. Next one. If P0 and P1 are the prices of a commodity in the base year and current year respectively, price relative we already told you, price of the current year divided by price of the base year, or you can write it as Pn divided by P0. Next. Lappe index number is a weighted aggregate method by taking quantity consumed in which as the year. Lappe means base year quantity. Paget means current year quantity. Remember that. Which of the following method is used on is based on geometric mean of calculating? People, I told you yesterday, Fisher. Remember this. Fisher method. So the shortcut is what? After F, which is the letter da, after F, G is there. So geometric mean. Then there is Bowley's. Right up. Bowley's index number. Bowley's index. Before B, which letter is there? A. That means it is based on arithmetic mean. Remember it this way. Fisher is based on geometric mean of what and what? F is nothing but root of Lappe and Pache. Sir, after this class, yes, we will do it. Okay, next one. Next one. Anything else? Yes, I'll do that. Next one, where is it? Which of the following test is not applied for selecting an index number? Price relative is not used. We are just using as a basic test. Okay, yes. Basic what? It's an index number itself. Time reversal is a test. Factor reversal is a test. Circular is a test. Now, which of the following index number measures the change from month to month in the cost of representative basket of goods and services of the type which we bought by a typical household? That is very easy. Relative price index, retail price index. Based on retail prices only in households and all, they are calculating, right? Fisher's index number is called as ideal index number because it is satisfies both factor and time reversal test. People, now my question is, factor Fisher does not satisfy which test? It does not satisfy circular test. Next question, which of the following index is computed by taking average of base year and current year? Marshall-Egworth. You know the formula for Marshall-Egworth, right? Sigma P1 into Q0 plus Q1 divided by sigma P0 into Q0 plus Q1. Both the base year and current year is there in which one? Marshall index number. Next one, weighted geometric mean of price relative satisfy what? While factor reversal test is satisfied by whom? We know that factor reversal test is satisfied by Fisher. Okay, Fisher is satisfying factor reversal test. Then weighted geometric mean relative formula satisfy which test? Time reversal test. If you check yesterday's note, it is mentioned there clearly. Next one, an index number constructed to measure the relative change in price of an item or group of item is called as what? A price index number. Very direct questions. What an easy question. Fisher does not satisfy what? Circular test. It satisfies what? Time reversal test, factor reversal test and all. Now, the average of base year and current year is used in dash index number. Again, Marshall-Egworth index number. Which index number satisfy both time reversal and factor? Which one? The ideal index number. Fisher satisfy it. Hello Sadhana. Hello. Which of the following is not a test of adequacy? People, unit test is a test of adequacy or consistency. Circular test is also there. Factor reversal test is also there. Square test, what is that? We don't have that. Now, which of the following does not satisfy time reversal test? People, Fisher satisfy time reversal test. That means option A is wrong, option C is wrong, then option D is wrong, then Lappe and Pache does not satisfy what? The time reversal test. Hello Geeta. Next one. The value index is equal to what? The value index is nothing but the sum of the values of given year divided by sum of the values of the base year. For example, if you ask me, what is SAPI, simple aggregative price index? Simple aggregative price index is nothing but sigma P1 divided by sigma P0. Next one, which of the following test of adequacy is concerned with measurement of price changes over a period of years with when it is desirable to shift the base? When are we shifting the base? We are shifting it in circular test. Now, time reversal test is satisfied by whom? Fisher method. Lappe does not satisfy, Pache does not satisfy. Which of the following index use the method of average base year and current year? I told you already, Marshall-Egworth. Use the formula directly, you are getting it. Next one, chain index number. Yesterday I told you, right, there is a direct formula based on this. Chain index number is nothing but link relative of current year into chain index of the previous year divided by 100, or you can write it as link relative of current year into CIN of previous year. Chain index is also written as what? The CIN, previous year, divided by what? 100. Next one, which sampling technique can be used for construction of index number? Very good question. High repetition value. Okay, it will get completed in around 20 minutes. Okay then. Hi Neha, thank you so much. Now, which of the sampling technique can be used for construction of index number? Which one? The random sampling. Very important. Next one, two indices, that is current on base and base on current, should be reciprocal of each other. That is nothing but time reversal test, direct question again. Now people, number of students in a college is a discrete variable. Okay, now people, next question I will ask, sweetness of a dish is what? It is what? An attribute. Next one, for manifold classification, this method of presentation of data cannot be recommended. Which one cannot be recommended for manifold classification? The textual representation, textual presentation. Anyway, in ICA book it is clearly given over there. You can read it, check once. The most commonly used distribution is what? A repeated question. Bell-shaped curve is the most commonly used one. Next one, sampling method, which belongs to category of mixed sampling. Yesterday we discussed this. What is it? The systematic sampling. Non-probability will come under purposive or judgment-based sampling. After a singing competition on a live TV show, okay, the winner is selected according to the number of likes each candidate has received on a messaging app. Okay, then this method data collection is known as what? Based on a purpose, it is purposive sampling. Next one, an investigator collect information on salaries received by 1,000 persons. Okay, data set is very less, 1,000 is only there. From this collection, data on women was extracted from the given data. That means from the primary data, I took a data regarding a woman. Now this data is called as what? The secondary data. Next one, hi Sai, hello, how are you? Which of the following is not a basic principle of sample survey data? Principle of large numbers, it's not a basic principle of inertia is there, optimization is there, statistical regularity is there. We have discussed it. Next one, two salespersons present their number of sales per week for a month. And appropriate diagram that can be drawn from this data is what? We need to compare two people, right? We can't randomly draw one person alone. Which is the easiest one? Adjacent bar graph. Okay, next one, a bar chart can be drawn for the data having numbers on students of various disciplines, persons of different age groups, sales of commodity over a year, temperature recorded during a month, people. When we talk about this bar graph itself, we are talking about what? We are taking the example of students of various disciplines itself, right? So, will we have formula summary video? Yes, tomorrow we will do that. Prediction video I'm not going to do. In the marathon itself, I have made many predictions. You can refer that itself. Yes. So this class is till when? We will finish it in around 10 minutes. Okay. Then hi Akshaya, hi Liana, everyone. Hello. Next question. The best measure of dispersion for open-ended classification. I already told you. Repeated question again. See this. Questions will get repeated, and whatever I have discussed today also will be there as theory questions tomorrow, people. I'm telling you, pakka it will be there. So open-ended classification, what is the quartile deviation? And it is not affected by change of what? Change of origin. It is affected by change of scale. Next question, if the regression coefficient byx is greater than 1 and the regression coefficient bxy will be less than 1 or cannot be greater than 1. If one of the regression coefficient is greater than 1, the other should be less than 1. Now, if two variables move in the same direction, that is an increase or decrease, on the part of one variable introduce an increase or decrease on the other part of the other variable, then two variables are known to be what? So people, look here. I am telling a variable x is there. Okay. Increase in x is causing an increase in y. Then a decrease in x causes decrease in y. What type of correlation is it? The positive correlation. People, we have completed our theory marathon. Please refer the PDF, refer the video. I am pretty sure that tomorrow you will get minimum some questions from this video. Yes, just a trick to know difference in permutation or combination. People, permutation means selection or no, arrangement. Combination means selection. Whenever they are asking for selection of people, think about combination, use formula for combination. Whenever they are asking for arrangement of people, use the formula for permutation. Okay. Hi Sadhana, thank you for your efforts. Thank you Kanishka, thank you Sai, Liana, everyone. Thank you so much. Then Britta, thank you, Sindhu, thank you, everyone, thank you so much. With that, we are winding up chapter question. Which one? The children, you can just comment it. I'll make it tomorrow morning anyway. I'm coming, right? That time I'll look at it. Please keep the formula PDF. Yes, I will mention it in the description. Okay. Thank you so much, people. I see many people there in the live today. Give some likes, subscribe, and be part of Arivu Pro in the coming attempts also. Once coming attempts in the sense for inter as well as final. Clear your foundation with very high marks, and you can do it, people. I always say that if they can pass, your seniors have told that they can pass the examination, then you can also pass if you had put the efforts. Okay, people, thank you so much. I will add the solved PDF also there. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Good night, everyone. Formula, we will do it tomorrow morning. Okay, then. Yes. Yes. Bye. Or yeah, tomorrow morning. Anyway, as early I rise, I'll come here and I'll start off. Okay, mostly by 10 o'clock I'll do it. Okay. Yes. WhatsApp group, morning session time. Yes. Done. Bye. How many mark will be there for exam study? Marathon will be watched and clear. If you are conceptually clear, well, you will pass no matter what. Bhagya. Okay, Bhagya Lakshmi. Yes. Bye. Thank you, Nigala, Kavana, Srinirmal, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you for being part of Arivu Pro.